Noon to you. Nothing moves the business world like Eskom. Eskom's management team speaking today. What have they said about load shedding?
Absolutely. Eskom remains one of the biggest threats to the South African economy that we face currently. And the situation does not look like it's getting any better at the power utility and the state utility. They announcing today that there have been 51 days of load shedding. This is the second highest number of load shedding days that we've had in South Africa since 2015, which makes it only the second highest number of load shedding days since load shedding started 15 years ago. Interestingly, the other very concerning matter related to load shedding is the number of hours that we've had load shedding. In fact, there have been 1,200 gigawatt hours. This is the highest on record. And I had the executive of distribution or generation, my apologies, the executive of generation telling me that yes, in fact, it is the highest number of load shedding hours that they've seen. And there are concerns given that the maintenance programs at the organization have not done as well as they should have. But here is Jan Oberhoser telling us exactly what they have calculated regarding load shedding days.
Although I said the last load shedding was on the 19th of November, we haven't performed well year to date in terms of the days of load shedding. So we had 51 days of load shedding since the 1st of April, compared to 47 days the previous year. So, as you can see, still totally unacceptable performance, which we are actually, and we are really doing a lot to make sure that we turn this performance around. However, it is important to understand and to note that the reliability maintenance will continue. And at times when the capacity is not sufficient for, the demand of the country, we will not sacrifice in bringing units back, which then obviously will increase the risk of load shedding to the country.
As it always is with Eskom, Kopano, it's about long-term risk and short-term gain, isn't it? Meanwhile, Eskom talking about that generator. The new generating unit at Medupi got broken. The cost to have it fixed is astonishing.
It is quite a significant number, 2.5 billion rand that they're going to have to spend on repairing this power station. And they say it was a technical fault. One of the people who was working on the plant unfortunately made a mistake, and now we are where we are with 2.5 billion rand, and 18 months, in fact, it's going to take them to get to a point where that power station, or unit specifically, can now be brought back up online, which means that we have even less power available to South Africans. And when the economy really starts to kick off, that could be a very serious concern for us. It's not just that there isn't enough power, but the bigger concern is that it really reduces the amount of investment that South Africans can attract, because the stability and reliability of a consistent power supply is one of the key factors many companies are considering when they're trying to invest. But let's hear what Jan had to say about this explosion at Medupi.
The investigation into the unfortunate explosion at Medupi 4 is now nearing completion. We have established that there appears to have been non-compliance with procedures. Appropriate action will be taken against those after following due process. The estimated cost to repair is about 2.5 billion rand, so that's an unfortunate blow that we have suffered. The asset is insured, and we are currently in discussions with our insurance to ascertain exactly who will pay for what and to what extent we will be able to recover the cost of repairing this facility.
I worry, Kopano, about starting a conversation about Eskom's debt, A, because it's depressing, B, because it's never-ending. But part of that is around municipalities. How much money do municipalities owe Eskom at the moment?
At latest count, 43 billion rand is owed to Eskom from various municipalities. In fact, just this morning, Eskom released a statement saying that the Metropolitan, or the Tshwane Metropolitan, in fact, owes 635 million rand in arrears to the power utility. This is a very, very significant concern. Municipal debt is right up there in one of their largest expenses on the utilities balance sheet, and they're really concerned about how they're going to get around municipalities that are just being delinquent and not paying back any of this debt. It's a significant amount of money. It's a big concern. And in fact, we had Caleb Kasim, who's the CFO, telling us that, you know, that the challenge with asking NERSA for this 20.5% increase in the rates is that not just the fact that they have all of this debt, 400 billion rand in debt on their balance sheet, but the fact that people like municipalities are not paying means one way or the other, it is either going to be the consumers or the government that pay for the debt at Eskom in order for them to get back off the floor and get back up and running correctly, Stephen.
Kopano, Gumbi, thanks very much indeed. One day, someone's going to bring us good news from Eskom.